From the Arizona Daily Star and Tucson.com, this is the Wildcast.
You're listening to Spears and Ali on ESPN Radio. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment. The Spears and Ali podcast, located wherever you get your podcast. Have a very special guest joining us, Dusan Ristic, former Arizona center, calling in all the way from Serbia. Dusan joining us here on ESPN Radio. Dusan, I would say good morning to you, but I believe it's evening over on your part of the world.
Yeah, that's correct. Right now it's 5:22 p.m. here, but good morning to you.
So you're getting ready for dinner. What's on the menu tonight?
I actually just came back from the trip. I had this wedding in Zagreb, Croatia, so I just literally came back to my house like 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
So I'll probably just go to a restaurant and order some chicken or something basic,
Okay, well, we won't keep you too long because I know you got dinner plans. But Dusan, we are very thankful for your time, and we got lots to talk about. But first, you most recently played in Turkey. You've also played in Spain and Russia as well. For our listeners that are, haven't really been keeping up with your overseas career, your professional career, what have you been up to over the last few years?
Yeah, well, after my college career, I had a chance to play in really top leagues in Europe. I started my career in Serbia, then went to Russia, Italy, Spain, and this season I actually finished my season in Turkey. So, I've been able to, gain a lot of experience playing in different leagues and obviously, in a lot of for a lot of great teams. So I'm just, grateful for that experience, and also, it's really a blessing to be able to, play this game and then still, represent not only my country and my family, but also the University of Arizona as well.
As a native of Serbia, how much pride do you take in representing the Serbian national team and also playing professionally in your country?
Yeah, I mean, last season I had for the first time in my career, I had a chance to play for the national team, which is, for us here in Serbia, it's the probably the greatest thing that one basketball player can do. Of course, we all watch NBA and EuroLeague here in Europe, but playing for the national team, it's probably the highest award for a player. So I was super blessed and grateful for that opportunity, and I had a chance, of course, to play with many great players. Nikola Jokic was also one of them, and just playing with him last summer was an amazing experience for me, and that helped me also for my club season. I probably, arguably, after leaving Arizona, this was my best season individually. And like I said, I'm really, really happy and satisfied with how my career is going so far. And just, to be able to accomplish so many things, it's a really blessing for me.
You mentioned how this past season was your best season since leaving Arizona. What was it about this last year that just made everything feel good for you?
Well, I mean, just as a basketball player, I think I grew. I came to a point where I feel really, really comfortable on the court. I've improved my game a lot. I actually started, for example, shooting threes regularly on a regular basis. So I'm just, I would say not fully, but I'm a complete player. And the teams that I played this year in ACB League, the Spanish league, which is after the NBA, the best, league in the world, and also the Turkish league, which also is right up there. Playing for the Turkish team called Galatasaray, which is one of the biggest teams in their country, and they're also a big basketball country. So just playing at such a high level, and the way I played also is like I said, probably my best basketball ever, in my career, even including college. So, but again, I'm always trying to get better. I'm always trying to, accomplish more things. So, I'm happy with this season, but I'm already thinking about next season and where I'm gonna play. So I'm not satisfied, and hopefully I'm gonna just go higher and higher from this point on.
Please tell me, Dusan, that after every three-pointer that you make, you still do your celebration that you did at Arizona by putting your hands over your head.
Actually, I don't. I think I mentioned somewhere a few years ago. I told an American journalist that I stopped doing that sign because I felt that was a part of my Arizona legacy, and I didn't want to bring it anywhere else. I just wanted to keep that as one of the great memories that I've had in Arizona. So
That's
I
awesome.
actually stopped doing it. But that like I said, that stayed more like my legacy, in Arizona. So and I keep it that way.
That celebration stays across the pond over here in the U.S.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Arizona.
yeah.
Uh, how do you look back on your Arizona career?
I mean, I see it as a great career. Obviously, I've had a chance to play at the highest possible level in college basketball for 4 years. To win a lot of games, to play with some great players, to be coached, for with some great coaches, not only including Sean Miller, but also all the assistant coaches that coached me in my career. I was just, grateful and blessed to have that opportunity. And that period, those 4 years, will always be there in my memory
Mm.
as one of probably the best 4 years of my life. And I'm really proud of my Arizona career and everything that I also accomplished there.
Senior day is my favorite Dusan Ristic memory. When you ripped off your jersey and you had Dusan loves Tucson. What can you tell us about the thought process that went into that little move that you did there at the end of your
I
senior
mean,
day?
mine too. Probably the favorite memory in those 4 years. It was my senior night. Before a couple of days before that game, I was just thinking about what can I do to show my appreciation to the fans. As you know, I've had a really great support from everybody. In my 4 years there, everybody was so supportive. I just came from a completely different continent and country and everything. And in the beginning, it wasn't easy for me to adjust to a different culture and different game. But the fans in Tucson, did an outstanding job of accepting me as their own. And I just the whole time I felt I was a part of something bigger than me. To be honest, in those 4 years, I've never felt as a foreigner. I felt
Mm.
like I was born in Tucson, and I felt a part of a big family. So that's why I wanted to, think of something nice to show my appreciation for the fans. And we all remember, TJ McConnell did a great thing also when he kissed the floor.
Yep.
But I wanted to do something differently, obviously, and just writing those words, my shirt was one of the ideas, and that's what I did, and it turned out to be great.
Dusan Ristic joining Spears and Ali on ESPN Radio. So Dusan, as a guy from Serbia, what was it like playing for Sean Miller for 4 years? Especially when you're new to the United States, and it's no secret Sean Miller is a very, very tough coach. So what was that like? Getting used to his coaching style.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Sean is obviously a very tough coach, also a great coach, meaning that he made me a better player, definitely. But also, before I came to Arizona, I was also a part of I played for Red Star. That's a Serbian team that competes in EuroLeague, which is also, for many people that follow European basketball, it's the top level league in Europe. It's very, I mean, it's getting better each year. And I've had some kind of experience before college, and I was there. I was one of the best prospects in Europe as well. But when I came to college, it was especially the first year. It was a learning process and adjustment period for me, because when you change not only the culture and your country and your friends, when you go to a new environment where the basketball is different, practices were different, so it just took me some time to get used to it.
Hmm.
And like I said, Sean was pretty tough about everything, but in the end, everything paid off. I think I stayed true to all of his coaching techniques and everything that he actually asked me to do. And in the end, it paid off. It wasn't easy, but it was great in the end. And that's all that matters. But like I said, that goes both for even now that I play with some Americans in Europe. they have the same thing, the same problems. When rookies come to Europe for the first year, it's extremely difficult for them to get adjusted to a different basketball and different mentality and everything else. So, like I said, I'm looking from this perspective. I'm very grateful for Sean and everything that he did for me, because in the end he made me a better player, also a better, more complete person off the court. So I will always be grateful for that.
All right, real quick, Dusan, what the hell happened against Buffalo in your last game at Arizona? How do you look back on that?
Okay, so that happened, like 5 years ago from now, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong. So trust me, it's still the toughest loss of my career.
Wow.
It still hurts. I don't know. It's really hard to explain what happened in the game, because we were clear favorites. We had a better team. We had great momentum coming into the tournament. But that specific day, the one night, they just played better. There's no excuse. They just played better than us. They showed more desire and energy to win this game, to win that game. And despite all of our qualities and talent and everything, they just they beat us with, like I said, more energy. And up to this day, it really hurts, and I still don't have an explanation why and how we lost, because everything that we did was what we were doing before. We did an excellent job of preparing for that game, scouting their team, but it was just one of those days when the other team plays better basketball.
And this is a very loaded question, but Nikola Jokic being in the NBA Finals, absolutely dominating not only this postseason, but over the last several years. A two-time MVP. You were his teammate this past season, and growing up in Serbia, I'm sure you heard his name a lot. What do you think about his career up to this point, and what's it like being teammates with Nikola Jokic?
Yeah, I played with him actually before I went to college. He was playing in Serbia as well. He was always talented, always a great basketball player. But at that point, nobody ever thought that he would come this far in terms of just getting better each year. Just playing with him last season, where he was a back-to-back MVP of the league. Comparing him to that year to this season, he got better again, which is crazy to think about. So I think that's what makes him different than other players, because he's constantly trying to get better. He's constantly improving, whether it's his body or his game, and the way he's playing at this moment, it's I don't know, unheard of, unbelievable, and I don't have any more words to use for this. Just last night, I'm sure you watched the game. 30, 20, and 10 in the NBA Finals, and not only as he's one of those guys that doesn't really care about the stats, and he really means it. It's not a fake talk for the media, just for fans to make fans love him or something. No, he really doesn't care about the stats. All he cares about is winning games, making his teammates better. We have a great example of all of the teammates in the Nuggets right now. They're playing great basketball. Aaron Gordon, obviously he was a great player before, but when he came to the Nuggets this season, he became one of the best power forwards in the league.
Yep.
Murray and Porter Jr. So KCP. All those players, they're probably playing the best basketball in their career, and I think it's Nikola's. It's due to Nikola's unselfishness and willingness to make his teammates better around him. And I hope. Of course, I'm biased and everything, but I hope he's gonna win this championship, and he's gonna prove everybody that. With what I like, he's going to prove everybody that team basketball wins in the end, and I think, from my opinion, they're the best team in the NBA this season.
What's the vibe, real quick, because I know we got about a minute left here, Dusan, but what's the vibe right now in Serbia watching Nikola Jokic? Because I know you guys are staying up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to watch the Denver Nuggets play?
A lot of people, and when I say a lot, thousands of people are waking up 2:30 a.m. to watch his games. So
that's awesome.
Pretty much says everything about it, and everybody's cheering for him. Everybody's proud of him. He's representing our country in the best way possible. mean, about 20 years ago, we had like a similar situation with Sacramento Kings, with Divac and Peja.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of played in the conference finals, and they had a chance to win it all. But 20 years after, we have somebody again from our country who's actually now really close to win it, and everybody's here proud of him. Everybody's cheering for him, and everybody is hoping that he's gonna win this championship this year.
Former Arizona center Dusan Ristic joining us here on ESPN Radio, all the way from Serbia. Dusan, man, it was refreshing hearing from you. You're doing amazing things. Keep making all of us out here in Tucson very proud. We appreciate you, and thank you for your time today, my man.
Thank you, Justin. It was a pleasure to be on your show.
Thank you, Dusan.
Bye.
Tucson loves Dusan. That's the way we roll, baby. All right, don't go anywhere. More Spears and Ali coming up next.